Big game tonight. Battle Royale is the name that Harshit has given. I just don't like it. It's too cliched.
You have called it Royal Rumble.
Slightly better.
Royal Rumble we've done before.
Yeah.
How about, being royally humbled at the end of the game?
Oh, that the one will be.
One will be.
But how can we give that name before the game?
Before the game.
This is the precursor to one of the biggest games this season. One, because it involves RCB. It's a team that's loved by a lot of people, has massive fan following. The other also has a big fan following, just that they've not really lived up to that high billing that they had, especially to the second half of the season. They started off on a terrific note, sitting right at top of the table comfortably, but from there on they've slipped so badly that not only missing out on the top two, which was almost done and dusted at one point. In fact, they are now at a stage where they're going as the underdogs. I've been looking at the social media, been hearing all the experts that have spoken, and everyone is picking RCB. Why is that? Any thoughts?
Rajasthan Royals have not won a game in May. RCB have won everything in May.
Yeah.
So far.
The month before that.
Mayday. It's Mayday for RR.
And it was contrasting months prior to that.
Yeah. RCB hadn't won for 1 month.
How is it that RCB are the overwhelming favorites going today?
Momentum.
Consistency, that's the only thing.
Who is he first? We're going to introduce him.
Siddharth,
Who is he? Okay.
Siddharth can do the honors.
Siddharth.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why Siddharth should do the honors, because there's a little bit of a reveal which I'll make towards the end or just some time. So only fitting that Siddharth makes the introduction speech.
Okay, so we have with us the newest member of our Sports Today family. The two Sids, one is Siddharth Vishwanathan, the other Siddharth Gulati. Siddharth Gulati joins
Impartial Sid.
Impartial Sid. Oh yes! Impartial Sid. Right in front of us.
Are you the impartial Sid who used to send us chats?
Yeah. No, not really. No.
So we are joined by Impartial Sid, as many people like
So
to
you know
believe.
why that was the case? Do you know the background of it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know it?
Yeah, that's why you hired me, no?
So
what an occasion to make your debut, Sid.
Yes.
Siddharth's partiality is world famous. That is why one guy came up with the name Impartial.
Impartial Sid. And to counter that, you've got Siddharth Gulati at this point.
So we thought, let's get Impartial Sid in person. Why have him only on chats?
So
But we
Impartial
don't know
Sid.
whether he'll be impartial or not.
Wait and watch.
Actually, technically nobody is impartial. We
Yeah.
all have our biases.
Absolutely.
Like every other human, we like something, we dislike something. We have opinions, and I guess that's what we paid for, right? To express opinions.
Yeah.
And which is why, jokes aside, but Siddharth has a massive fan following also because of his bindas opinion.
But I'm
Let's see if
guessing,
you can live up to that.
But I think
To that name.
Siddharth is going to be losing some of his followers.
Right?
And that's not because of the identity mix-up that people could make. That's because in Siddharth Gulati is a CSK fan.
Finally, we have a CSK.
One of the things that I'm like
See, he's
big
quickly
fan of
When did you
is
become
this-
a CSK fan?
I'm not a, let's say a big CSK fan, but I'm a big fan of the CSK template, which is basically to have more number of all-rounders in their playing 11, and that's something that I've literally been asking the Indian cricket team to follow. That's that, especially in the T20 format. And that's basically the way to go. You don't really win 5 IPL titles. It's not all fun and games. It's, it takes a lot of strategy, it takes a lot of discussion. And with MS, we can all say that, there are no big meetings or something like that, but there is a lot of thinking that goes into it. And that's that's something I'm a big fan of.
9 years of knowing you, this is a revelation. CSK fan.
Knowing you for many years, we still don't know whose fan you are or whether you're a fan.
That's good, no? I'm keeping my cards close to the chest.
Nobody knows. For first 2 years, he told us he's a big CSK fan. CSK won. He danced in the entire office. This studio,
Kolkata won, I danced.
studio, on top, on the floor, everywhere he danced. This year, because he had celebrated, had said, my team has won. This year when we started, we said your team. He said that's not my team. I said but you danced last season. He said but I was never a CSK fan.
I danced even in Kolkata.
I abandoned the team in 2013.
And in 2016, he was singing that Go Go Orange Army song. Yes, in 2016 he
So
was.
SRH fan then.
Yeah.
Oh, but I told you I like the theme song.
He does
much
like
better.
the other day I just walk into the studio and this song's playing on full blast. And I see Siddharth sitting on the computer singing or watching the
It's a
video.
very catchy theme song, isn't
What
it?
song?
Yeah, it's a catchy theme song. It's got Dakkani influence in that also. One part of the lyrics.
Kombolodbo Jitbo is better, I think.
Yeah, but there are enough of
There's a
Kolkata
local
Knight Riders,
flavor.
There
Yeah.
is.
I'll be a little more respectful because I would want my week offs accordingly.
Accordingly to
Yeah. It's complicated, my friend.
I would say, it's a good song.
It's complicated.
whatever Siddharth says is right.
No. I would rather say, as Richie Beno would put, you don't expect people to fully agree, you don't want people to fully disagree with you. So,
Oh, acha, no wonder he was following that. The other day we were having a debate and he went on. So, whether Dhoni should have waited or should RCB have cut short that celebration. Only two options. He started off by saying that Dhoni should have waited. So I said, okay, done. So he gave 7-8 minutes of why Dhoni should have waited. So I said, okay, done. No. But he says, but RCB, it's like
51-49.
51, they are at 49.
it needed both sides. That's how the topic was. But anyways,
Both sides as in, if one of them made a mistake, that's why that situation happened. So we're trying to identify that. Both can't be right or both can't be wrong.
Royal mess.
Exactly.
oh boy.
That's not royal.
Royal mess.
Kings, na? Super.
But how about the Yash Dayal IPL arc redemption, which deserves more than a special mention?
Yeah, incredible.
We touched upon it the other day. Yeah.
We've spoken a lot about that. I will be up against Rajasthan Royals today.
Yep. And I'm wondering how many people have come on such a sweltering day in Ahmedabad.
Why yesterday also?
Yesterday, their practice was cancelled, RCB's, because of the heat.
Yes.
Even here, it's terrible.
No, they chose not to practice.
Yeah, because of the heat.
But they've been facing the heat in the tournament, so they thought let's take it easy. But I kind of agree, this whole thing about practice. So much heat, you're playing non-stop cricket, you won 6 in a row, so some bit of...
But couple of the players yesterday, Klaasen was all red. You could sense that, the heat was getting to him.
Yes.
Yep, it was.
And that's why...
Cummins as well looked more on the red side yesterday.
Yeah, because there is a red alert.
Yes.
Red alert in Ahmedabad, as hot as Delhi NCR.
Yep.
And but the good thing with that is, which is what I explained yesterday, that there won't be any dew because there's not too much of a weather difference between day and night. Nights are also hot.
Yeah.
If night were cooler, day was hot, then you would have got dew. But there's not. They're playing it. It's not the same strip that was used for the game yesterday. Having said that, doesn't matter which strip they're playing in. The last few games at Ahmedabad have been high-scoring games. All games, last 5-6 games have been over 200. One was below 200. That also I think was 195. So leave aside yesterday's game. That has nothing to do with the pitch. But most games before that, so it's a high-scoring encounter, and best then to be chasing. That's exactly what Sanju Samson has done. Must be watching the game yesterday and wondering what Pat Cummins has done, and thought to himself, "Boy, I ain't making that mistake if I'm winning the toss today."
I mean, yesterday's game, I felt that, wow, life can come full circle in such a short span of time. Travis Head on November 19th was the man of the match with the 137. But on May 19th, he dropped a catch, was out for a second ball duck, went for 32 runs in 1.4 overs. Yeah. Cricket is indeed a great leveler in that sense.
No. We've discussed this.
That's tough one.
It's not a great leveler. I said I will consider cricket as a great leveler is if in the final of the T20 World Cup, Australia and India are playing, and that day if Travis Head gets out for a duck and drops a catch, then I will consider it a great leveler. He's hurt you at the biggest stage of them all.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but yesterday wasn't the biggest stage. I mean, at the risk of upsetting all IPL fans.
And Cummins loses the toss.
whatever, on that day,
Yeah. Not once, but twice he's hurt you.
on that day, if they make the error on toss, if head drops a catch, he gets out on 100. That's the day I'll say it's a great leveler. Because I don't think that they'll ever be even 99.5% when they're playing for Australia. Always 100 point few more percent only when they're playing for Australia. While they've had a great IPL season, yes, but clutch games, crunch games, Australian mentality, they've shown you in the past.
Yep.
I don't see Travis Head do exactly the same. Yes, if he does it in the final, for that India has to make the final. Australia pretty much will. but if India do, then I will say it's a great level. Not yet.
Exactly.
But I think speaking about the toss of the more relevant match, I don't think toss result would matter RCB that much, because the kind of form that they are in, I don't think they would be too much worried about it. What happened in qualifier 1.
No, that's your opinion. Ask Siddharth. According to him, they should lose, because he'll now tell you why Virat Kohli cannot bat first. Go ahead.
I mean, look, at that time.
Okay, whatever you say, let me just tell you that I agree with you. Okay, so yes, you can just go on.
No, I mean, see, there was criticism for that 118 knock, which he's not taken it well. But you look at the Gujarat knock, you look at the Punjab Kings knock, whenever he's batted in those period, post 118, that strike rate criticism, he's batted very well.
Exactly. CSK knock.
That CSK knock.
I will place that CSK knock ahead of that 118, ahead of his performance against Punjab. Not just going by the strike rate, he batted the way that he was expected to. He didn't even get to 50, but the impact that he had in those 20 odd deliveries that he faced, batted a strike rate of over 200, 47 runs of 23, I think.
29.
29,
So
whatever it may
mind.
be.
I mean, see, the tournament is such that every match you may have to change your opinion.
No. You were, by the way, when initially he was playing, and it's a valid point if you are, that Virat cannot bat first. He is a chase master, he'll make his team win. He cannot bat first. But now you accept
I'll still wait and watch.
So it's advantage, RR already.
No, I'm saying it was advantage RCB only, because now look, they have got the momentum on their side. Plus, on the other hand, certain law of averages will have to change. For example,
So you are accounting for a Virat failure because we can't bat. You said you won't change your mind. And yet RCB doing well.
RCB will win. Because see, they have won only two eliminators, if I'm not mistaken, in the last 7-8 years.
Doesn't the momentum sort of get blunted over there if you say that Virat may not necessarily have a good day?
But others have stepped up, na?
Patidar
has stepped up. Green has
Green
stepped
has.
up. Maxwell can.
Patidar even has 100 in an eliminator.
Yeah, he has an 100 against LSG.
LSG.
Yes. So, RCB have won only 1 or 2 knockout games, if you look at it, in the last 7-8 years.
Yes.
Now, that also will have to change. This RCB team is all out to ensure that they change certain law of averages. 6 wins on the trot. They are matching 2011.
Absolutely.
At this point, 13 years ago, they had matched that. If they win today, they'll match it. If they win qualifier 2,
You have a feeling they are matching, right?
they are matching.
Okay, we do predictions later. So go ahead with your predictions and why. You've already given yours?
I have said RCB will make about 195 and they'll win it.
No, but why? Why do you think they will?
Because of the fact that this team is playing like a team for the very first time. There is no reliance on a single individual. Okay. They have fixed upon the right combination of bowlers. Like we had earlier predicted in the IPL, why can't RCB play overseas guys only in the batting and keep their bowling unit entirely Indian? And they have done it and they have gotten success.
Exactly. And for me,
From
obviously...
Sid V to Sid G.
Yes, and Sid G pretty much has the similar opinion. But the prediction, one thing here is that batting first. For me, RCB, I think they are scoring around 220, 230.
Today?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's just the form that all of them are in, and I pretty much agree with what Siddharth Vishwanathan has to say, because they're not just reliant on one player, but I think almost all of them are in form. If you look at the playing 11 here, Kohli, Duplessis, Patidar, Cameron Green has played some blistering knocks. So yeah, I won't be surprised if they score 220, 230, and once again, if that happens, there's a thing called cricket that we use a lot, scoreboard pressure. and that will basically imply on Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, possible. That is possible. But I had picked Rajasthan to win yesterday for a few reasons. One, I kind of believe in law of averages, and I think that the winning streak has to end sometime and the losing streak also has to end sometime. Does it coincide today? You never know, but it has to at a certain point. Two, I think Rajasthan did start taking things for granted and became a bit complacent after they had topped, and never got that high pressure game, so knew that they had qualified and so on and so forth, so probably never gave their best. I think today, because it's a do or die game, you might see a different Rajasthan Royals today. Three, for Royal Challengers Bangalore, because they've had up until now that winning streak was primarily because they had nothing to lose, so you played fearless cricket. For the first time now you'll be faced with this situation where you have something to lose. Now expectations are there. To an extent, even the Chennai game was something like that. They did very well there. Does it take too much out of you and you get to repeat in another game? Maybe not. It's much like tennis, right? You put your heart and soul in one set, the next set you end up losing because you put in so much. So that's why most tennis matches, when it's evenly contested, go up and down rather than on. So I see that, whereas Rajasthan Royals really hasn't had that give it all sort of game. So could be. Third, I feel that today, and which is why I think toss is important, because had yesterday's game not happened, I think the team batting first would have had a clear mindset of getting 200 plus. I think they would have gone for that. It was clear cut target. What yesterday's game has done is put in some doubts. While I agree there was a one-off failure for SRH, but that ball moving around initially would create that doubt that the one thing that RCB has done till now is like change their approach, right? You mentioned like Virat has changed. He said, forget, I don't want to be the conventional Virat. I'm going to go all attacking from the word go. They did it against Chennai. Today, they may pay heed to the conditions, looking at the game that happened yesterday with some sort of movement at the start, saying that, listen, let's not be over aggressive, let's take our time, and if once we settle down and the swing goes away, then we attack and take it, because we don't want to lose. If that's the approach they take, and if they're tempted to, that may play into the hands of Rajasthan Royals. If I was RCB, I would not take that approach, because the thing that's really worked for them is go full all out attacking cricket, taking you there. If they have that approach, RCB, then they could put that dangerous total. If they for one moment, which I think they are, because Faf du Plessis mentions in the toss that I did see the ball swing around last game. If that's the thought you have, and you change your game plan slightly and go back to bit conventional, not overtly, but bit conventional, that could play out. And then what that does is, whatever target you get, let's say you do not have a collapse like SRH, but you start slightly more conservative. Instead of 150, 60 strike rate, you go 120, 150, which you've been doing, and later accelerate, you get 200 odd. But I think Rajasthan by that time will know what approach to take. So they will never be in two minds. Right now, I think RCB could be in two minds what approach to take. So putting all of those things together, I think I'm going with RR in this. What is the score and all, I'll get to that later.
It's interesting, we've talked about swing, and look at the two bowlers, because we saw swing at the start of play yesterday. Today, the two masters of swing bowling are there, and they'll have the best of those conditions. You're talking about Trent Boult and Sandeep.
And both have done outstandingly well against
Virat,
the star man.
And I think I'm tempted to do a bit of a flip-flop from what I said last night, because keeping in mind the toss,
Convincing.
and Hetmeyer is back.
Hetmeyer, which I had said yesterday.
Hetmeyer is back.
I put that 2nd of May last day where Hetmeyer had played, and news was suggesting that Hetmeyer comes back, and I think they miss Hetmeyer the most. That stability in the middle order, he's coming back. It's a different RR team to the one that you've seen last.
What that also did was, perhaps a couple of those batters who would bat ahead of him knew that they had to shoulder more responsibility, and which is why went for short stretch at times that they didn't have to. Yashasvi, I would still say, doesn't fit into that description, because he still likes to take his chances, but others, let's say Sanju Samson, some of the other batters around there, maybe could feel the pressure, knowing jolly well that there wasn't to be a Shimron Hetmeyer. So he comes back. Toss, because we saw that swing happen early on yesterday.
Swing might happen second innings as well. I agree. But I'm just saying that when you're coming second innings, You know the total, so you can plan. Do I go full out attacking at the start, or do I'm okay? But right now, RCB are a bit of a quandary. Like, do I keep playing the way that I have
They'll
to?
have to do a little bit of assessment now.
Exactly.
Something
that they did at, I think, in their last league game also against CSK, because when it rained, after that, the pitch spun a bit, and that's when I think Kohli and Duplessis did manage to, let's say, they were just little bit quiet in that period, and after that they accelerated.
Yeah.
I think this is something that they'll probably have to do, but this time the thing would be they'll have to do it against the new ball.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's
against
about adaptability.
Sandeep and a Bolt.
Bolt.
Absolutely. Yes.
So it'll be interesting.
Mouth-watering contest.
It is a mouth-watering. And by the way, there are no, extreme right or extreme wrong predictions, because it is a evenly, like if it was a one-sided encounter, then somebody else goes with X team. You're like, how could you even pick this team? Because it was a no contest. Here, I don't think there are any right wrong, which is why I go back to that point, which I said at the start of the show, that I'm a bit surprised that everywhere I've seen on social media, on the broadcaster, predictor, on all the former players and what they're saying, it's overwhelmingly in favor of RCB. Overwhelming, which surprised me. Had it been like, let's say, 55-45, or like you can understand.
Nobody's giving RR a chance right now.
It's about 80-20 is what I've heard. 80% people think it's RCB's game, and 20 for RR, which is frankly surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, RCB do tend to pull off surprises in that sense.
I just hope it's not,
Either
because
way,
some of the experts, in fact, have gone ahead and suggested it's going to be a one-way encounter. It's going to be a one-way battle. Sunny said that. I just hope it's not a one-sided fixture as it was yesterday. You want a good contest. Eliminator, whosoever goes out, may that team go down fighting. That's the last thing you want. RR, if they really don't want to be finding themselves in a deep hole and thinking what really happened this whole campaign, we had such a good run in, and then towards the end, we just imagine it will then be no wins for them if the campaign is to end tonight in the last 6 matches.
No wins in the month of May.
Imagine then what it just dismantles you completely from a time where you're thinking top 2. Then
no, if that happens, RR management will, or the owners, whoever, will have to call everyone in and really have a chat. Because from where they were, firstly, to land themselves in this position where they are facing a do or die encounter, they could very well have been playing the game last evening. Even if you lost, you had another chance to make it, right? Or if you won, you made it to the final straight away. Yeah. Those questions, the only chance that they have now is to redeem themselves by at least winning this, going to the next, at least then you can say, okay, see, we went as far as
we tend to forget that actually the holders of the first spot were RR.
Yes.
KKR took the lead later on, and they were both then, in fact, KKR, while they took all their opportunities, RR at all times that they had an opportunity to consolidate. Like, आप जाइए पहले हम आ जाएंगे.
Which Lucknow should have done पहले.
I mean, look at it.
RR.
They have at least in the toss eliminated their weakest suit in the last 3-4 games, which was batting first. They batted first in all the games, and they've lost. 2 of them come to my mind: the CSK game, and also prior to that, the Punjab Kings game. Both they won while batting
150, 160 odd.
Yeah, they lost while batting first. There in Barsapara, you got a toss, but you didn't get a game. And okay, you also got some comforts in your former home venue. This was the home venue even for the Rajasthan Royals in 2014. Lest we forget.
That was way back.
Way back, but again, a different Motera with a capacity which was 30-40,000. This is 1 lakh.
The first match in Ahmedabad.
Yeah. They haven't played a single game this season.
Yeah. Because RRGT happened at Savai Mansingh, where Rashid and
Last ball Rashid.
Last ball Rashid.
Whereas RCB have played a game at Ahmedabad.
But with the first day-nighter, that was a day game that they played.
That Will Jackson.
Will Jackson 100.
The 106 minutes, no? 6 or 7 minutes.
I mean, he was 100, he was 50 of 16, and then the next 9 minutes he went to 47. I mean, he reached his 100 in that particular period, so terrible. Absolutely terrible for the GT bowlers in that sense. So yeah, it's pretty even, the contest. I mean, I don't think it'll be a one-sided encounter at
I
all.
hope it's not. See, and
After what we saw last night, please.
How do you question those who, in fact, even predicting a one-way encounter or a one-sided match? Because you've not seen, you've seen a deflated RR.
Yeah,
how do you beat that argument?
No, it's primarily because of the last few matches. You saw one team being totally off the boil and one team just rocking it. So you're saying that tends to continue, which is where most analysis are based. But we've tried to break down our analysis by looking at various factors. That's all you can look at. There's no 100% prediction going as to which way the game will go. All you do is break down various factors and see what might play a role in today's decision.
Yeah. And Sandeep didn't play the RR game match against RCB.
No, he did not.
He's Thala for a reason. 7 times he's gotten rid of Dhoni. I mean, of Virat Kohli. 7 times. With an average of 12.
Yeah. Though to be fair, I think the last few encounters, Virat's dealt with him very well. But then this Sandeep is quite different. He's really rolled back the years. He's looking like at his prime best. The Sandeep Sharma that we saw initially. Sandeep Sharma used to play for SRH.
SRH.
Then PBK.
Kings also.
First PBKs, then
PBKs,
SRH.
then SRH.
Now with RR. And as a replacement for a certain Karnataka. Prasidh Krishna. I mean, what a replacement that turned out to be. No, Virat was 2008, Sandeep was
2012.
Different batch. Okay,
That was with Unmukh Chand,
Let's take a look at the 11s. Nothing much changes for Royal Challengers Bangalore. They're batting first.
Yep.
And they bat till Karan Sharma.
Yeah.
So that's a D batting lineup till number 8. Their impact sub most
Swapnil
likely
Singh.
will be
Swapnil Singh.
Swapnil Singh, whose story is incredible. Did you see that video? So Swapnil Singh video that RCB put out, brilliant. Like he was almost on the verge of quitting.
Oh, Bangladesh
When
Premier
Irfan
League
Pathan helped him, get
he was
team,
like, no, basically he was a journeyman, played here and there.
Yeah.
He moved from Lucknow to Baroda to play domestic cricket, played there for many years, and then he had been with IPL teams, never got a chance, and then it reached a stage where his domestic team also one day called him, whereas he was the second best all-rounder in domestic cricket, but Baroda said, listen, we're dropping you. He said, but I'm the second best all-rounder in the country in domestic. He said, no, but we want to give a youngster a chance because you've been there for many years. So he said, forget IPL, my domestic team had dropped. Then he called up Irfan and said, can you help me, because Irfan from get some other state. And so Irfan said, okay, let me fix you up, let me get you a state team. And then he said he got a call from Deepak Huda.
Okay.
So Deepak Huda said, we need a net bowler for LSG.
Yes.
Can you come? And he said, I literally abused the hell out of him on the phone. You want to call me, like I've been part of IPL team, you want to call me to be a net bowler? He said, then I hung up, and then when I cooled down, then I was like, okay, let me call it. So he said, I called him back and then said, okay, what is it about? So he said, just come, be a net bowler, this and that. So he said, okay. He said, I was doing nothing and I was hating the fact that I'll be just called in as a net bowler, but he said, I went. And he said, when I started bowling in the net, Andy Flower really was impressed with my bowling. Still didn't get a chance. So he then Monday said that, I'm actually an all-rounder, I bat also. Just see me bat. He said, nobody would have allowed me because I was just a net bowler. Why will they want a net bowler? Not even in the squad. Why will they want to see his batting? So he said, Andy Flower was so sweet. He said, okay, let me see you back. So he said, I batted a few net sessions, they saw me. And then when it came to the auctions,
Andy Flower was with LSG now.
Now with it.
and he went after him, knowing fully well that that's the guy I want to go for. So went after him. That's how. So imagine, he said, I almost decided, done. Cricket is finished. Domestic side also doesn't want it. He got teary-eyed while talking about it. He got teary-eyed when he said he said when the auction was happening, he was traveling somewhere by train or bus. He said, I didn't even see that. I got a call from my house. Because first he said I got a call that I didn't get picked because first name must have come, didn't get picked. Went back, accelerate, got picked. He said I just broke down. When he started talking about that, he just broke down.
I mean, it's a good story.
Incredible.
Yeah.
So anyway, he comes back as the sub. For Rajasthan Royals, it is the big news. By the way, they're going to miss Josh Butler. He got 100 last time these two teams played.
Yes.
Not there.
But I think
Cadmore hasn't set the stage on fire.
nope, not
Couple
yet.
of matches.
Just been a game.
Yeah.
That's a big miss.
One against, I think KKR was washed out.
Bounced out,
Yeah. Tom Collar Cadmore hasn't set the stage on fire, but let's see how he steps up today.
Yashashvi will really have to pull his socks up.
Big game for him.
Big game for him.
Yashashvi Sanju have to do the damage. Riyan Parag has to do what he had been doing.
Yeah.
Dhruv Jurel doesn't have to do just cameos. He has to be consistent. He got one earlier.
Big game for Yuzi though, the ball.
Yeah.
Yuzi
And Hetty.
Hetty, of course. Hetty has to step up.
Let's
The
hope they
batting
don't.
has actually strengthened because assuming that there is a collapse for Rajasthan Royals, Ashwin can always come in at 4
So
because
you are
they would still
convinced
have.
Hetty is coming in?
He said it at the toss,
Yeah.
Sanju.
Are they playing 3 foreigners?
No, they are playing
Tom Collar-Cadmore, Rovman Powell, Trent Bolt.
Trent Bolt. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
then he's
Hetmeyer
coming
will
in.
come in.
Yeah,
He said
he-
at the toss.
Yeah, he
comes-
is. He is.
Hetty
They're playing
comes
3
back.
foreigners. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing 3 foreigners, so no prizes for guessing who's their impact sub. It is Shimron Hetmeyer because now that they're bowling, they go in with the UZ, Sandeep, Avesh, Bolt, Ashwin, Rovman if you need.
Diblito, please.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Riyan Parag,
Parag
maybe
also, couple of
an over or
overs.
2 if
But he's
required.
hardly bowled.
Yeah.
But I think you would want your 5 bowlers to do the job. 2 spinners in Ashwin, UZ, and your 3 fast
Who've been
bowlers.
rather
in Bolt,
expensive.
Avesh, Sandeep.
One of the reasons for the decline have been the spin duo also. They've really been off the ball.
Yeah.
Averaging some 97 or something. Hardly any wickets.
Tata.
I mean,
He's a big game player.
is he in the white ball format?
He played in last World Cup, yeah.
But okay, one game, that was it.
We have a comment of quickly glance at it. He said Shane's looking very different today. You are bang on. He is looking very different.
Yeah, with less beard and with a good haircut.
Actually, he is Shane, a thinner version.
Yeah, minus the glasses, minus the big beard, everything.
Big beard to his what?
He made a point about the haircut though. Let me take that to Shane.
Sure. Shane goes for me.
Okay, Sir Chandra is saying Nikhil sir, new member, cousin of Harshit sir, looks like that. Oh, no, they're not cousin. And he is not Shane in a different avatar.
But we could be Ahuja Gulati
Ah, you are.
somewhere.
Yeah. Same thing. Punjabi brothers.
Yes.
So this is Siddharth Gulati, who's joined our team, and you will see him now regularly. So if you have missed the detailed introduction, go back to the start of the show. Siddharth's his namesake has done a good job at that.
Yeah.
So that is
Finally.
that. Okay.
Sing with a comment over
Finally,
there.
a law of average catching up.
I left it, you took it off. What timing? Fantastic.
We are just happy we have a fan of some team.
Yeah.
Unlike Siddharth who has said no way. Okay, Vanjan is saying, hey Prabhu, Opal and Hare, please give Maxi clutch Aussie game back. Ooh.
Jeans, yes. They'll need it.
He made the, he used to call RCB what?
Opalan Hare Nirgunonyare. I was not the only one. You also would have said it.
Everyone would have said
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I'm not the only one. And see, today from Berlin all the way to Ahmedabad, the RCB fever is there. I mean, look,
Why Berlin?
because we have got a video where RCB fans are absolutely dancing on the streets in Berlin.
Seriously.
Yeah, taunting CSK fans. And CSK fans are coming back, 5, we won 5, we won 5. Yet they're shouting RCB.
All that happening in Berlin.
Yes. Crazy.
Ooh.
They're all shouting RCB, RCB. Some CSK fans are there taunting them. CSK fans and say 5, 5, we won 5. See, so, look, 0 title, 0 title.
And all the people there are wondering what the heck
What is going on?
What are you even talking about?
Hey, see, 5, 0, 0, 0. One more will jump. See, another 5.
I think Puava CSK fans been heckled, yaar.
Okay. When RCB fans go to Chepauk, they're not going to get a red carpet welcome. They'll be heckled, abused, like anything.
Acha, give us sawal.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that has happened in equal proportion.
It has. I mean, in any CSK RCB battle, RCB fans go to Chepauk, they get abused. CSK fans come to Chinnaswamy, they get abused.
But it won't happen to you, you're neither.
Neither. I
Not
once went to the stadium with both RCB and CSK fans just to avoid the abuse.
Look at him. Well balanced, yellow and red.
Yeah.
Yellow, red, blue.
RR also is
RR also.
very nice.
So, Praneeth Datta, Patidar and the way he handles the 2 spinners will be the key for RCB. Yes. I think RR is going to win today with Sanju, Parag, Chahal trio doing well.
Interesting shout out, okay. He also says Bolt, Sandeep, Jaiswal will make an impact today. Oh, he's picked everyone from RR.
Yeah.
No wonder he's picked RR to win.
He's picked up.
And Dhanush says, disadvantage RCB, they bat first, there's a lot of dew, but I don't think there is going to be too much dew.
There was no dew last game.
Matthew Hayden makes a different point. He said that yesterday, being at the ground, he felt that the dew really altered the conditions, and today the expectation is similar.
No, when that this thing, what was that device that goes around the boundary?
Yeah, that
it was wet.
Yeah, there was dew last night.
There was dew. Yeah, it was wet.
See, but yes, I saw that shot as well, the one that you were talking about, but it didn't seem as dewy because we've seen that wheel far more wet than that. But Haydos, if he was there, if he feels that it altered conditions, it gives you more reason.
That was the reason the catches were dropped. Like
who knows?
Wet ball.
Who knows?
Two of them. One though was the teammate only forced him to drop the catch.
Indeed.
More questions, please. Oh, there will be a good toss to win if that's the case.
I'm basing my decision one on the toss and second Hetmeyer. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Not law of averages that much. Law of averages, I was expecting it to be broken in second qualifier.
Yeah. Okay.
Shakin PS, RCB has a major disadvantage of losing this crucial toss. If RCB somehow win this match, they are seriously a title contender.
True. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Sai Chandra wants to know what's the obsession with Siddharth? In Sports Today, already 3 till now, and Shane sir is still in the room seeing his coach carry. Pochettino got sacked.
We broke it to him.
How 3?
I don't know how he's saying 3.
Only 2.
Oh, maybe we got Siddhant Maheshwari.
Siddhant was there.
Siddhant
It was Siddhant.
Siddhant Maheshwari, yes.
Correct. Mayank is saying, sir, why would you want IPL trophy named out of MS Dhoni and why not Rohit trophy? That's because Mayank had said it last season because it seemed like I think for me IPL is synonymous with MS Dhoni, and you've had cases in the past where IPL trophies have been named by certain players. So maybe not now, maybe in 5-6 years if you want to remember him, call it you have the Gavaskar Patodi trophy, you can call it the MS Dhoni trophy. It'll still be an IPL trophy, but it'll have a name.
The Dhoni Rohit trophy, because 5 titles winning.
Yeah, but it's not always about titles, right? It's about the impact that you've had on the tournament. Like it's that way, so then you get, why would you name it a Patodi trophy? It's not that he has the most runs or anything. It's just that there is a relevance of a Patodi in an India-England series. Like that.
You could name it after any administrator also who had an impact in the IPL.
You could name it the Lalit Modi trophy, but they won't allow it.
They won't allow it.
But that's not a bad, because he was the
He was the pioneer here.
Conceived the idea.
But wouldn't happen.
Wouldn't
you know
happen,
that. So, though I like that names be given on players rather than administrators. I'd prefer that.
Yep.
But again, just a suggestion.
Yes.
Yeah, no, relax. But yeah, not after.
Hold your horses.
Okay, now quickly, before we wind up, we've already predicted it's a 2-all. We both gone with Rajasthan. They've both gone with RCB. Now, score predictions?
195.
And RCB win at 195.
This is red soil, by the way.
So, it could deteriorate in the second innings. Red soil, na?
220, RCB win.
I'll go RCB 197, but RR chase it down.
Yeah, I'm going RCB 192.
So 3 in the 190s, huh?
And RR chase.
192, 197, 195.
Our Octopus is here.
Piyush Nandre, 248.
That's going to be some total.
Ashish Dhar, 275 for 6.
RCB win.
Whoa.
188 RR.
188.
GGK, KKR versus RR final is loading.
Let
with
me
RR
just
winning.
quickly take Siddharth's comment because this has been coming in since yesterday.
Please.
Siddharth's been saying since yesterday, and I'll just take his comment. He says that even Southgate has dropped Rashford for the Euros. Yes, he's not there in the 33-member squad. Any chances of United selling him this summer? There's a Wayne Rooney as well who feels, if I can tell you, that he should be offloaded. Whether he should not be, my personal take is maybe you should keep him. I've been very patient with him this whole while. There's been seasons that you've seen him do well. It's been up and down for the fact that he spent so many years now with United. You expect consistency, and I hold that against him. But there's something about Rashford, not just his English identity, but what he can do when he is in that zone, when he has that kind of a season. So maybe I am willing to give him some more time. And yeah, that's my personal take. But yeah, an awful season for him, and that's what he quoted as well. Gareth Southgate. That others in the same position have had better seasons.
On that note, thank you very much. Prakash Jha has gone with 167. Thank you for your predictions as well. We'll see you mid innings. Enjoy the game. I hope it's a humdinger of a contest. And there is an appeal.
No, I don't think.
That boy Virat.
No.
No, I don't think there was enough.
Okay, see you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
You, what an over.